Okay.
All right, we are back. We have fixed the sound. Can you hear us now?
We'll be watching the chat here.
Can you hear me now?
It looks better on our end, but we want to make sure that you can hear us this time. If you're joining this late, or you're watching this on YouTube, we just had to do a little bit of a reboot. Yes, there we go.
You can hear us now. Welcome to Playfulverse number 14, the Technical Difficulties edition.
I was going to say it's probably the most professional Playfulverse. I'm going to just brand it a little differently than you are here.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it really demonstrates our troubleshooting skills.
That's right.
To anyone listening out there, maybe try something other than OBS, because it keeps changing our friggin' settings every time.
Yeah, we may have to. Captain Bunny was asking the chat a little earlier what system are we using to stream. We're using OBS, but maybe we'll go do a little research following these streams and see if there's any other solution.
So I'm PlayfulDavid.
My name is Stephen Hurd. I am also known as Brainsloth, and welcome to Playfulverse. Once again, Playfulverse is the live stream where we join public worlds in Creativerse, see what y'all have been up to, what you've been building, and invite you to come build with us. And so I think without further ado, we've had a lot of shenanigans, a lot of technical
quiet shenanigans.
Yeah, so I'm really excited just to jump into the game, and I'm going to invite anyone that's watching us live right now to join the world with us, and let's just all go play together. We are in, I'm going to do this number.
Certainly you can say the first 10 minutes of this stream is ASMR friendly.
That's what some folks were saying. They were saying that it's so quiet it's nearly ASMR. So you may.
All right, now I can finally pay attention to what you guys are chatting about, other than the volume sucks.
So let us know if the game volume is a little wacky, because we just had to mess up all these settings. So I am here in Playfulverse RW5. You can look here on the screen, up there kind of that way. And the name of the world is Playfulverse RW5. It is created by a Playful guy. If you want to join and play with us right now, there's almost no one else in here. It's just me and Cup of Tea 696, I think. So join this world. I picked this world specifically because we recently, or I should say Remedy helped us, our community, awesome community moderator, support person. He helped us create these 4 new Playfulverse worlds, so a lot of folks could join, play together, but some of them are getting more traffic than others. So I picked number 5, which is, so far hasn't had a ton of activity, doesn't have a ton of people joining, and this is the one I want to play on. So
Sinak 1439 says you can write protect the settings once it's the way you want. So we will Google that after this.
Yeah.
Thanks for the tip.
Alright, so I'm hanging out here in the spawn area. I think we checked this out on a previous Playfulverse, but it's worth taking a look. So this would have been one of those spawn areas that was a winner of the contest that Remedy put together on our forums, asking our community members to create a blueprint of an awesome world spawn-in area, and the 4 best ones, and there were a lot of awesome ones. The 4 best ones were made into the kind of this spawn-in areas on the new Playfulverse worlds. And so if you join us here on Playfulverse RW5, this is the area where you should spawn in. You can check out, there are rules. Everyone loves rules. There are some more rules. Here's some guidelines. I would say 3 claim guideline, let's say. So, you know, if you just really want to know what to do. And over here, announcements. You can join the Playfulverse Discord. I was thinking of calling this out. So, the admins of the Playfulverse worlds, they have set up an awesome Discord channel that you can join. If you enjoy playing in the Playfulverse worlds, you can chat with other fellow Creativerse players. So there's the address there. Just plug that into the old internet.
You know what? I'm gonna plug that into chat, so you don't even have to write it down. Discord. I'm gonna spell it wrong. PFWNF810. How's that look?
Oh, it's beautiful. All right, so we're gonna paste that URL into the chat. So
coming down.
If you like following along, playing, or rather chatting on Discord with other Playfulverse players, that is the place. All right, so what I wanted to do is look around this world a little bit, kind of see what folks have been up to. I think there's not too many things here yet. If you look at the map here, in fact, there's a lot of empty space. You can see the blue stuff is, I went and set up a little bit of a base or I started really, the other day, and then I've got a teleporter there. When we're ready, we're going to go to another place where I've set up some blueprints and we can all kind of build together. So anyone that joins us here in the world, you'll be able to help us. Oops, that's not what I want. Help us build. We've got 8 folks in here now. I see Cup of Tea, Dio the Creative, Jojo, Maktoa, Gaia Legend, Rayanex, and Jester Skirata. Just joined also Redneck Paradise. Welcome. Getting that little welcome message from QB. All right. I'm going to start out by, let's see, let me look at my paper that I was using to communicate wordlessly a little bit ago when we were having audio issues. I had written down some places that were recommended to me in the Playfulverse Discord that we should check out.
Thank you guys once again for recommending stuff, for building stuff first of all, and then sending your suggestions in, because that is exactly why we do Playfulverse. We want to see what you guys build and we want to show it off to the world.
That's what makes Playfulverse fun, is every fun moment we've had in Playfulverse has been discovering something unexpected and awesome that y'all have built in these worlds, and so we're going to keep doing it. I'm going to Maktoa. Maktoa is ready for us, just chilling in this chair. So it was recommended to me that Maktoa, there it is, had a cool QB statue. I'm pretty sure I've seen this in the workshop. I either saw a screenshot of it, maybe Maktoa can tell us in chat. I'm pretty sure he's hanging around, but just a very cool QB statue floating over this pond here. Flat to it.
It'd be cool if and it may already be a workshop blueprint.
Yeah.
So everybody could have their own shrine to QB.
Yeah, so this is using some of these shattered Lumite walls. If you don't have those, if you haven't unlocked them, I think just swapping out for the regular Lumite walls that are just rare recipe drops would totally work. Or you could go, you know, use adobe or concrete, something just kind of neutral.
Maktoa did say it is in the workshop, so just search for QB, I imagine.
Yeah, I bet searching for QB will bring it up. While we're here...
Thanks, Maktoa.
Yeah, thank you very much. Very cool little farming area, barn. It's not the Playful farm blueprint. This is just a. Oh, I turned on my flashlight, but the lights turned on for me. It must be some sensor magic hooked up in here. Very cool. Let's see.
Some high-tech machinery.
Yeah. There's a thing wearing a top hat in the farm. Just has...
Question from Red, White, and Blue Rebel Rednick. It's a very long name. What is the limit on land claims in a world? How many can you have?
Total in a world, we just boosted that because like one of our worlds finally reached a limit, and I think we raised it to, it's either 3,000 or 5,000. Maybe it was at 3,000 and now it's at 5,000. So beyond that, I think you start to worry about some sort of performance implications of having too many claims in a world, and so I don't think for now it's too much likely to go even higher than that. But that's a crazy high amount, and it's...
Now is that all players?
Yes, that's everyone together for your...
What's the... I know there's an individual player limit, right?
Yeah, I want to say it's 24.
That sounds right to me,
26.
24.
Yeah. 24 or 26, I want to say. A little shop here. Take what you need. Ah, maybe I will. Some wholesome soup. Heck yeah. I'm gonna eat some soup. I don't need any eggs. I'll leave that. I can leave
Wait,
that.
are you stealing food?
No. Look at this. Take what you need.
Take what you... Oh, that is so
I'm gonna
nice.
leave something, in fact, for someone else to have. Here in the pies.
Take a pie, leave a pie?
I'm gonna leave...
You know how like stores have that tray, take a pie, leave a pie?
I'm gonna leave a quick potion, and I'm gonna leave a Archstone. You know, that's kind of payment in kind, you know, bartering, if you will, except I'm not bartering. Here's a cool, I like that this, the placement here displaying these liquids, and it gives them the cool kind of running effect. It's pretty fun, and sure enough, liquid. I don't have any liquid to leave, so I'll leave that alone. I guess a potion's technically a liquid, but we're not going to get into a philosophical discussion about it.
Oh, we are, but not right now.
Okay. Random
I'm going to
items.
throw down later.
I think my
Team potion for life.
I think my campfire can go to random items. I think it qualifies. So very cool. I like this kind of trading post we got here. This was one of just the areas that was recommended to me in this mostly empty world that's ready for you to join. You can join us right now. You can come find me and jump in front of me on the screen, although I'll be slightly annoying. But you could do that.
You could be slightly annoying.
Yeah, it's okay.
We won't
We
mind.
welcome
We're pretty chill dudes.
Yeah. No, I'm not too worried about that.
So let's see.
gonna
A
eat
couple
my
questions are coming up.
Right.
One guy, let's see. I hate how Twitch has this like unreadable colors.
That is the worst color I've ever seen.
Majaroni asks if we're gonna make it so we can place potions on display items.
So what that would require, because right now, potions are essentially in your inventory only, and so to generate them, the only thing we have to have our artist do is create an icon. There's no physical manifestation of a potion. Just to use them, you either have them in your
purely
bag.
consumable.
Yeah, they're just consumable. So it would. That's pretty much an art task, and so it depends on when there's enough art bandwidth to do that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
We like the idea because any sort of decorative that you can place in the world, you see, we can make something like, you can place an arc stone in a decorative container, and folks turn that into any number of things. They make them float in a grab chamber for sci-fi effects. They put them in a shelf for organization. They put them on a placemat, rotate on the wall for like art that's hung in your world, and so you can get a lot of bang for your buck with these kind of decorative items. We really like that. We want to add more, and so I think it's just a matter of when we get that bandwidth and when we say, okay, well, we really think we'll get good bang for our buck by adding these and spending the resources and time.
But I am taking a note of that. I will let the Creativerse team know that is something you guys would be interested in.
Awesome.
Right after this stream.
I'm gonna bounce on these beds, I think, and then we're gonna go check out somewhere else. That was pretty fun. I'm glad I did that. I feel better for it. All right. I also heard that Chaos might have some stuff. They said Chaos has like 1 million excavators set up, and so maybe it'll be a little laggy. So we'll go check it out. If it's too crazy from like 900 excavators set up, we won't hang out there too long. And then maybe we'll go check out the area I claim that I'm thinking of building on, and then we might even start to build together. I've got some blueprints set up to do. That'll be a lot of fun.
We do have some together building activities coming up. So
that's why I'm saying.
If you want to join,
there's still plenty of room.
In the world.
We've got
there's room.
11 folks in here. There's room for 9 more players. 9 or 10. I think it might reserve. Oh wait, no, I'm not the world owner, so it won't reserve any space for me. I'm not going to dig into these. Blue bed. We're just going to snoop. I'm just snooping right now. Let's see, is that? I like how they did that. This is kind of using trapdoors to make these cabinets, essentially, with switches hidden inside. That's really fun. Let's see. Right here, the tables are actually made from upside down stairs. Very creative. I like the kind of blend of wood and stone and industrial. Here we got some inventory. Very nice. All right, so just a cool base, cool home base with a lot of inventory. Very functional, but also way better looking than any kind of home base that I make, which inevitably ends up being like a giant cube.
And those cobblestone walls, they just provide. I like the light, the ambiance they provide. It's pleasant.
Yeah, it breaks up the kind of warm wood, kind of all those dark brown colors. I do feel like wandering randomly into one. See, it would really send us somewhere random.
Wild goose chase.
Yeah. Okay, so very cool. I'm going to go head outside if I can find the front door, because there was a suggestion that there was probably more stuff to check out around here. Here we go.
While you're wondering, Zoff777 asked about the possibility of rotating these arc signs that everybody's using to make fun stuff, so that they can have it on a slope or on a roof.
So rotating like at a 45-degree angle is what you're asking?
Yeah, I don't know about a 45, but what about just like on the ground?
I think they can be.
Can they be?
Am I totally wrong, Zoff?
I don't know that I have seen any of the cool arc sign stuff on the ground, but I could be wrong.
Projected flat.
Yeah, flat projection.
So maybe it just spins. I'm not sure if there's any reason why that would need to be locked per se. That's probably something we can follow up on. It could be that I'm just overlooking some obvious technical restriction of why that would need to be the case.
Right. So these icons could be on the floor, basically.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're right. I don't think I've seen that too much.
It could be that it's just not enabled.
Yeah, it could be. Sometimes that's just like a data flag that needs to be set. But for some special blocks, there are reasons. Like, for example, a bed can't be rotated facing up because it's a double block, and there's some technical reasons behind that. not that it's impossible to solve, it's just that's the reason why it's not set up like that right now. But yeah, that's something we will add that to our list of things to follow up with the team, because
I'm writing it down right now.
nice, love it. So this is a pretty cool little area that Chaos got set up. I like that. If you look at it from, let's zoom in here on the map. There's really a lot going on. A huge courtyard that's obviously in the process of being really kind of terraformed and flattened out. Got your big castle area over here, main building here. And I like how it kind of spills over into the canyon biome, and then you've got some, what is that, taiga or tundra, kind of the dead grass area over there.
Think about, like, you know, heating a building that spanned that. You'd be heating in one end and then air conditioning the other, and they'd be constantly fighting.
Yeah, yes, it's too big.
Say Not to Master says they are wearing the Creativerse shirt.
That's right.
And so am I. There's my Leafy shirt.
Oh, I'm not wearing.
You're wearing Super Lucky Still. Yeah. Here is a question that came up, it was a couple of minutes ago.
Yes.
And I thought it'd be a good chance for us to talk about that blog post. So somebody was asking about marine life.
Yes, so what we're referring to, so first of all, to back up, when the Questing with QB release came out about a month ago, beginning of May, I think. So yeah, it's been about a month, just over. We had one blog post, and we kind of hinted vaguely, but with a little bit of detail at some of the things we were working on, some of the things that were coming up, and then at the end of that blog, we're like, stay tuned, we're going to reveal even more information. And so if you're kind of wondering, if you haven't read any of these, you're kind of wondering what we might be working on for the future of Creativerse, I would recommend going back and reading both these blog posts. You can find them both on our Tumblr account, or go poke around on our forums. They're linked all over the place there too. More recently, we had a blog post that we posted June 1st, so it's been about a week. And in that, we really kind of got into some of the upcoming features for Creativerse. We tipped our hand a little bit at some of the things we're working on, and included in that more as it was kind of at the end of the blog post. He said, "This is more of a long-term thing, but it's really something we're talking about and thinking about was aquatic life." And so this doesn't mean that it's going to be like in the next update. This is all in kind of the very early stages of being thought about. But we did want to say that we definitely hear all your requests for, you know, anytime we poll the community or start conversations on our social media, it's a very common kind of feature request saying, hey, the oceans are big and they're empty, and I really would love kind of some life in underwater. And so, what was the specific question about?
Oh, he was just asking about it would be nice if we could have marine life, and that prompted you to talk about what I wanted you to talk about. So you have fallen
Success.
into my trap that I laid for you.
Success. So yeah, if you're wondering, hey, you know,
My community update trap.
if you're thinking, hey, that would be something really cool for the Creativerse team to focus on, yeah, check out that blog post. You'll find some details about that and some other features that we kind of teased, including some really awesome visual upgrades that are happening, and even a new character.
You know, I can in the chat, I will post a link to that blog post if you want to check it out.
Yeah. So I'm over here while you're looking that up. I'm over here at my touchstone here on Playfulverse RW5. If you want to join us, there's still a bit of room. Just search for this world, and you can join us right now. This is my kind of area that I claimed. The reason I liked it, not too much land, but I like that I got some savanna, I got some coast with some shorewood trees, and a bunch of big flat open space that I can build on. So I'm easy to please. Just give me some flat open space to build on. And I built, hey, cup of tea sleeping in my bed. All right, I guess I'll allow it. I built a cozy cottage blueprint here just to get started, and kind of just added a little storage here. So this is just a little home base. But what I wanted to do is, together with everyone, I think we can get started, because I don't know how long it'll take, is I wanted to build together here on this world with everyone that's in the world with us. And so if you take Brainsloth's touchstone, let me make sure that it's open to everyone. I think it is. It's behind the house over here. Yes. So you can just teleport to Brainsloth, and then inside the house, I'll leave the door open for you, is a teleporter. We're gonna head there.
What are we building today?
So I found, and I'm glad it is Ovukistan in the chat. I think I saw Ovukistan earlier. Yeah. So Stan has been killing it on the Steam Workshop and creating all sorts of awesome blueprints. A lot of cool animals that are used. Creative slopes, slope corners, stair corners to make these really complex shapes that you can't even believe came out of a voxel game. So I picked one of Stan's blueprints, and we're gonna build several of them. I'll show you which one once we're teleported to the area.
While we're teleporting, a couple people over on YouTube were asking about a mobile version of Creativerse, like for on your phone or tablet.
Sure.
I'll go ahead and speak to that. That is something that we have wanted to do from the very beginning with Creativerse. We may have to come back in a minute.
Here,
hopefully there's room.
I'm gonna just restart that real quick.
So yeah, while Steven's doing that, yeah, a mobile version of Creativerse is something we wanted to do from the very beginning. At this point, though, it's still kind of a ways off because we've got a lot of stuff we're focusing on, and for the next 9 months, I would say. And that blog post, if you want to go read it, talks about some of those things. But I think ultimately we would still like to do a mobile version. It kind of depends on just how successful Creativerse is over time. I know that certainly if anything happens first in that front, it's probably going to be a version for a console, like maybe a PlayStation version or something like that.
Yeah, so
that might be the first thing that comes.
Yeah, all those things are definitely on the table. And if you, not to keep calling it out, but in that blog post, we try to stress that we have kind of a very long-term, we're thinking long-term for Creativerse and the features we want to have, and including things like different platforms. And mobile's not a question, of course. Creativerse is a very complex game, very it takes a good computer to use, so there are challenges to be solved. But I said this in answer to a question on our Creativerse subreddit the other day. This team is always up for a good challenge, and so none of those challenges are never disqualifying for things that we would consider. It's just a challenge to be solved, and so all that kind of stuff is definitely on the table.
And I will speak to for a moment. The developers of Creativerse are seriously one of the most passionate group of people I've ever seen on a game team. They love Creativerse. They love all of you guys. They get so jazzed seeing all the cool stuff you guys build, and they they are all big fans of the game. They play the game. That's something. It's a hobby of theirs. So we really have a great team. They are pretty. I think there's only maybe a dozen of them or fewer.
I'm gonna go back here because I'm just.
But they're a great bunch of guys
to restart here.
And girls, and I don't know if they're watching right now. They may be. But shout out to you guys.
Yeah, for reals.
I'm looking at the wrong camera. You keep switching it on me, man.
I do. I'm making this hard. Just having a restart here.
This is the restart number 2?
Yeah, this is the technical issues edition of Playfulverse, which I know just makes it super entertaining and not at all frustrating.
I think this stream was cursed from the beginning.
Yeah.
But that just makes it more fun because you guys get to watch us get frustrated and hurry, fix it.
If this doesn't work, I got one more idea to try. I really want to get back in the world because I set up all these blueprints to go build. Here we go. This is looking more promising, I think. We'll give it a minute. If I can see that we're loading in. So hopefully some of y'all that had joined the world, feel free to get started building. What you're going to find there in the forest, when you take that teleporter that's inside the house at Brainsloth Touchstone, is a bunch. It's going to be kind of an open forest area, and I set up 6 blueprints. Next to each cornerstone are 2 kits each. The permissions are set so anyone can. I'm going to have to do one more thing. The permissions are set so that anyone can get into the kits, grab some blocks, and start building. Feel free to. They're all in kind of a small little area. You'll see them all around each other. Feel free to start grabbing blocks, activating those cornerstones, and just start building. I didn't claim the area. It should be open for anyone to start building.
I have this up just in case. I don't know if you need anything.
Cool, thank you. I did want to take a look, but it looks okay. We're kind of checking our our dev tools here, making sure that nothing funky is going on. But I think it's just my client. I'm gonna give it one more try here. We had to restart the computer a lot. Maybe we downloaded a virus. That could be.
Have you been using my PC again to download viruses? I know you love viruses.
Well, it's my hobby. Let's try this. Let's give this a try. So we're trying to join the world one more time. Hopefully this is the magic number. We'll get right in there. Luckily.
In the meantime, let's hop back over and see if there are any questions we can answer.
I would love to be answering some questions while we're trying this. Yeah, I'm just going to let it sit for a minute and see if we're loaded in. Yeah, to answer the question, cup of tea, I don't think the server crashed for anyone. I think it's local to our setup here. That would be a bummer if we can't get back in.
This one comes up a lot. CyberDrake777 is looking forward to ranged weapons.
So that was in fact called out in the blog post, and I think what we said about that is kind of in an upcoming release. There's some work that's almost done. We're kind of in the testing phases right now to improve combat. And there's no, I don't think in the first release of that work there will be any new ranged weapons, but some of the tech work that's done under the hood sets the table for us to be able to do that kind of thing in the future, and we're excited about the possibility of cool, fun, creative ranged weapons because we know that opens up all sorts of possibilities for playing together, for even for stuff like PvP if you like to do that, or your adventures. This is definitely kind of a much needed tool, and so we've done the work to enable that kind of feature in the future. Yeah, this is a bummer. I'm gonna try one. I'm gonna see if maybe I'm just getting kept out of this one world and I can join another world, because I would love to keep playing. I mean, normally I would solve this by just restarting the computer, but I don't want to end the stream, so we're having to kind of play it by ear here a little bit.
Well, let me do one thing while you're...
Please do.
You may not feel super compelled to do this right now because of how crappy the stream is, but go ahead and follow us and subscribe.
It can only get better than this, is what I would say.
We're only going to get better. We're only going to go up from here.
So I'm going
to have a sit-down conversation with our computer after this and see what's going on.
Yeah, you definitely grab a... What I would recommend, if someone emailed us with this problem, I would say grab a log file. So I'm going to grab a log file when we're done playing here and see. So for some reason, I'm having trouble joining that world. I seem to be just hopping right into the original Playfulverse world. So unfortunately, we're going to have to check out those blueprints another time, but we can at least hop into the world and play around a little bit more while we finish up this stream. Yep. So I'm going to go ahead, in fact, as soon as I'm sure, so I'm in a different world now.
Want to switch over?
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
There we go.
There we go. So it's a bit of a bummer because we were really working on trying to invite people to play with us. I would recommend you still jump into Playfulverse RW5. Give that world some love. It doesn't have a ton of people playing in it yet, so that means there's room for you to set up a claim, start building, and really make that world special. If you want something to do right now, go to Brainsloth's Touchstone, take the teleporter that's in my house, and go to the forest and start building those really cool Pigsy blueprints. I think what I'm going to have to do to show what they were is build one of those right here, just by my lonesome. So let's...
Or if anyone wants to hop into the OG Playfulverse. Question for you. This is probably the most important question we'll get all stream.
Yes.
And this is Pandas in China asks, how many Creativerse pies is too many?
How many? I mean, it seems one of those impossible to answer questions because it makes an assumption that there is some number of Creativerse pies that would be too many.
I was going to say, what's 300 times 60? Because that's as many as you can fit in your inventory. But then treasure chests. So, you know what would be fun is to figure out, like, if every block that could be placed in the world was the biggest treasure chest, the Grand Architect treasure chest, full of pies. How many pies would be in the world?
Oh, man.
Like I'm talking sky, ground. It's all treasure chests all the way
I hear
down.
what you're saying. I think you're right. So
That's-
that's possible to solve.
It is possible to solve. We should figure that out because that one pie beyond that is too many.
So if anyone wants to do the math here, we can quickly figure that out. So I'm not going to do this math. I'm just telling you what to add up. The worlds are 10,000 by 10,000. So 10,000 times 10,000
And then there
times 256 to
256.
get from the bottom to top. That gives you the cube, roughly the cube of the world, or the rectangular prism size of the world. So that many blocks times, what is it, 40? How many are in our Grand Architect chest? We can check. I got some over here, just to be sure. I want to say it's 40 or...
Is that the biggest one?
That should
I think
be.
that
I think
is still the biggest
the
one.
Grand Pumpkin chest is the same size. I don't think it's any bigger.
40 slots.
40 slots, yeah, so times 40. And that will tell you how many will fit if you were to fill your world with Grand Architect chests and then fill every one of those chests with pies. So I would feel like that number, you're starting to kind of verge into the territory of too many pies. All right, I wanted to go finish building, so shout out to Stan, who's been, like I said, really killing it with really fun animal type blueprints. I saw a cool fox that I think was theirs, and I saw a cool something else just recently. A lot of them are hanging out right around the top, the front page of the workshop right now because people are digging them.
I think it's 1.5 trillion.
Does that answer your question, Panda's Internet? I think so.
Yeah, I still say more. Double it.
Yeah, that feels low?
Yeah, that feels low.
Okay.
I need all the pies.
Yeah. I think it's totally... Okay. Is that right? No. I find that it's a little hard to tell some of these profiles apart in the dark, but I'm doing okay here. I feel like I'm doing okay here. Stairs. All the stairs here.
You're doing fantastic.
Thanks. This Pigsy's coming together. Let's see. That's going to be blocks. For the legs, of course. So let's back up and see how we're doing. It's coming together.
I can see something resembling a Pigsy.
Yeah, and there are some details that are done via Arcsign that we'll get to appreciate. If I want to place that last, just to really highlight those cool details. We're getting close, getting close. And so if you're still playing over on Playfulverse RW5, oop,
Oh, you almost died.
that was close. That was close.
Yeah.
All right, let's fly back up. Maybe there's a potion or something in here.
No such luck.
Do I have any mushrooms? I can make a potion. Yeah. Any mushrooms?
You have 16 in your hotbar.
Oh, you're right. All right. Now we're feeling a little better. Let's see. Up here. Is that? We're getting close. Stairs, I think. All right, I'm gonna burrow into Pixie's head here. I think for the last blocks.
Majaroni asks about this idea for cosmetic items, to be able to have them over like the glider, like wings and rockets and stuff, or maybe have a fairy backpack, fairy wings, stuff like that. And a couple of people are getting excited about that. And I will say that is actually not too far off from some of the discussions we've been having as a team lately. Now, that's not to confirm any of those specifics, but we definitely want to do more with cosmetics, with costumes, and not just like the current implementation. We want to take them a little further. So thanks for that suggestion. It's good to know that that's something you guys are interested in, because we're kind of moving in that direction over the next couple months.
Yeah, we definitely want. We love costumes, and in fact, the most recent costume, the Finite Gauntlet, was people got a real kick out of that, and a lot of folks picked that up. And so, just in general, we love the costume system. We want to make it matter more, give you more chances to see those costumes on your character, make it easier to pick your customization, and all that kind of stuff. And there's work going on right now, in fact, to kind of make some of that stuff come true. So stay tuned. We definitely love having a lot of fun with the costume system and how it lets you just really personalize and show off your characters. So here we go. We did it. I'm really digging the size of this Pigsy. I think it's just right.
Yeah, I really like the arc sign eyeball. That's a really nice touch.
Yeah, so there's 3 arc signs in there, so I guess it gives us the 2 eyeballs and the snout. Other than that, this is all just yellow Adobe slopes and corners, slopes, stairs, and corners. It really fits with the. It's kind of in scale with the Robo Retreat here too. I think. I feel like.
You know, and it makes me happy knowing that Robo has a little buddy by his side.
It does.
He's been lonely for so long, and now he's got a little companion, a little Pigsy.
Yeah.
Pigsy's this man's best friend, right?
Yeah, definitely for sure. I haven't talked to the artist who did Nick, who did the Robo Retreat blueprint about this, but definitely kind of an inspiration for this type of overgrown robot is that Miyazaki movie Castle in the Sky. And one of my favorite things about that movie is when the kind of overgrown robot gets to become friends with the little fox squirrel that's running around on him. And so this is, to me, kind of our Creativerse version of that here. Now we've got a nice Pigsy pet here to keep Robo Retreat company.
Robot in the verse. Yeah. Castle in the Sky, Robot in the verse.
Okay, so I'd like to see if there's any more questions we can answer, and then maybe we'll call it a day for this one.
I will let you take a look and see if there's any you would like to answer. And we'll probably take 1 or 2 more questions, then we will wrap up and declare this the second worst live stream we have ever done from a technical standpoint. The worst being the time we tried to play Super Lucky's Tale and it was like 4 FPS. Like the worst just performance ever.
Yeah, there was some Windows setting that was enabled, right? It was like gaming mode, and it basically sends
gaming mode was not for that game anyway.
Yeah, well, it sends all like your graphics resources to play in the game, so you get the best FPS and stuff. But unfortunately, when you then try to stream, your streaming software has no resources at all, and you start just lagging like crazy.
I'm not seeing any questions, but it looks like Tom Van Dam 88 said it is 307 trillion pies.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if the math checks out on that, but I will
right.
allow it.
Yeah, it sounds right.
Because that sounds like enough pies. It sounds like maybe 1 more would be too many.
Yeah. So thanks to everyone who tuned in and hung with us through our many various annoying technical challenges. We're going to get all that straightened out for next time. The sound thing we already figured out, but we now had to test.
Thanks for the suggestions on OBS. We will look into those. And once we solve these like technical things, we can really concentrate on making these streams just more fun in general, and that's part of what you had, the idea you had of building together.
Yeah, so we'll do this again real soon. This one I'm not even going to count really. This was a practice for the next stream, which is going to be really fun.
Yep.
So we will let you know ahead of time when we're planning to do that. Thanks for joining us.
One little shout out to our sneak preview group. We have a new sneak preview coming up, maybe in a week.
Ish, I would say.
Yeah,
that's a fair
ish.
estimation.
There's been some delays, but within the next week or 2, we will have a new sneak preview with a lot of awesome stuff to check out, and you will get to see it before anyone else.
That's right. If that sounds interesting to you, what should our viewers do?
What should they do? Well, they should pray. No, they should just send us an email. support@playfulcorp.com. I can post that in the chat. And just send us a link to your Steam profile and tell us you want to join the group, and we will get you in.
Yeah, we get those requests all the time. It's easy peasy. We'll just make you say an oath that you solemnly swear you will never reveal that stuff online. So far, we barely had a problem with that. Folks are happy to join and just get a chance to participate, have some fun, test out new content ahead of time, get a little sneak peek, and give us some feedback.
We have a Discord for you to chat with other sneak preview players. It's a lot of fun. So yeah, come join us, and let me paste that email in chat right now.
We'll add that to the chat right now. So while we're doing that, let's go ahead and sign off. Thank you so much for joining us. We will do this again real soon, hopefully without all these issues, although I feel like it gave the stream character and charm, which you can't really put a price on that. That's priceless in a way. I'm going to just leave it at that.
I agree.
All right. thanks for tuning in. And we'll see you.
But next time we'll do like actual charm and not fake charm.
Yeah, we're not. It's a crutch. If you lean on it too much, you can really kind of go wrong.
Yeah.
You can't plan to have technical issue charm. It just happens. All right, we'll see you guys next time. Thanks. Bye.
Bye.